Hey guys, cup wood, you know? Yeah, I hate it just as much as you do. This happens to be a piece of plywood. Take a look at this. What causes it? Well, there's a lot of things. This is a piece of plywood, like I said. It ain't supposed to do that, but we all know better. Cupwood is caused predominantly, now here's the word, predominantly, most of the time, it's caused by improper drying. And that's going to sound a little strange, but let me explain. If you take a piece of wood and you lay it out, and you, like if this piece of wood was laying on this saw, and overhead we actually have a little ceiling fan, and you got air moving, this surface is going to dry out a little more. And when wood dries, it shrinks. Simple as that. When it gets wet, it expands. So what happens is that this side dries, it pulls, this side remains, and that's what you get. Cups. How could you correct that? Well, here's a good way. Done this a lot. I can actually take and lay this in reverse, and I tell you what, if it's a sunny day, you put it outside and let a little sun hit this surface, again, what are you doing? You're getting the moisture even on both sides. So you get a little sun on this, it dries this surface and it'll pull it. Now you got to be careful because it'll actually pull it the other way. Once you've got your wood processed and you've got it nice and flat and smooth, the best thing you can do is stick it in a plastic bag, wrap it up tight so that nothing moves either way. I remember one time I had glued up these great big tabletop pieces, and I laid them on the bench, had a ceiling fan. End of the day, I was in a hurry to go somewhere, closed up shop and left. I came in the next morning and the board, that big panel that was laying on top, it was just like this. What did I do? Actually on that one I took a little spritzer water bottle and I actually took, and I just lightly spritzered this side, just got it damp, and then I laid it the other way and it came back. But sometimes it just doesn't. It dries and it gets locked into position and it's not going anywhere. Now there's a lot of talk out here, particularly on the internet and this one and that one, saying no, you do not have to finish both sides. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm in total disagreement with that. Total. I've seen it too many times. Same thing happens. When you finish one side and not the other, now the old cliche is you're letting the wood breathe. Bull. That doesn't make any sense. If you finish one side and not the other, you just set up the same scenario we just talked about. It's common sense. That means that the side that's finished isn't going to absorb moisture as much as the side that is unfinished. And the unfinished side's going to swell and the finished side's going to cup. And it does it with a lot of tenacity. Moving wood is strong. Wood can do some strange things. When it decides to move, it does it with a lot of force. So you finish both sides. Now I'm going to go a little further and I'm going to tell you a little something else too. Oil finishes are the worst for it. Here's why. They soak in. When they soak in, the fibers and the cells in the wood soak up the oil. They expand. Then when it dries out, they dry hard. So it will, if you take this piece of wood that's perfectly flat, try it, that's perfectly flat, put oil on one side, let it dry, it's going to cup to the side that the oil's on. Do it every time. Try it. Now that's just 25, 30 years, whatever it's been of working with this stuff. I've never seen it not do it. And even in the case of plywood, why would plywood cup? Well, that has to do with a couple different things. One, this side of this plywood was sanded. I sanded it, and my veneer is thinner than that side. So this side is still drying out, and it pulled. That's simple. But there's another reason. If you take a look at this piece of yellow pine, you see these growth rings? This is solid, going this direction. As this piece of wood dries on out, what it's going to do is it's going to pull in this direction. It's going to pull in the direction of these growth rings. And there's not a lot you're going to do to stop that. Getting it processed down, getting a good finish on it is probably the best. But it still can move. It can do it. When it's done that, is there anything you can do to get it out? Yes. If you've tried the little moisture thing and the sun thing and all of that, and you still can't get it, here's the trick. I simply call it splining it. Now, I'm going to explain it to you, then I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to break, for lack of a better term, I'm going to break the strength out of this. I'm going to make it not be able to do it. Here's the way I'm going to do it. I've got my table saw blade set up within about 1/4 of an inch of the surface. That may or may not be enough. We will see. Now I'm going to try to hit these growth rings just about dead center. Now this has got a little cup in it, not a lot. And I'm going to put a kerf in it. Now what that kerf does is that kerf just broke it. Now you usually have to do it twice if it's really cupped, and we'll see that in the plywood.